March Unit 1, headquarters. Move out. Lead vehicle heading out of the fairgrounds. Thanks very much to Brown County Fairgrounds. March Unit 2, move out.
Welcome to Charlotte, where the local time is 7:15. We're about 20 minutes or so early as of now. On behalf of the captain and your entire flight crew, it certainly has been our pleasure serving you today, and we hope that if your future plans call for air travel, you'll once again fly with us.
Sisters in Oregon. Fart. Johnny here. Fart. Good morning. Keep fans, Convoy. Crazies and jerking junkies. Johnny here. Coming at you from Sisters, Oregon, at the community center, in our extravagant Hotel M100. Hotel 100. Oh boy. It feels like it's a chilly one out there again. So I'm gonna get bundled up and make some hood coffee. Then we're hitting the road for John Day. Old Carl's getting ready to hook up the old trailer. What are you doing, buddy? That's a hitch. That's called a lunette ring.
Have we got 2 volunteers to hold the Pee-wee flag? Sure. They better be there.
Wonderful day.
Thanks.
Tail Gunner 441, radio check.
Tail Gunner 441, sounds good.
10-4. All right, headquarters, if you're ready. All right, headquarters, moving out.
You're a fine gentleman. Hey guys, how we doing out there? Pretty good here. Except I'm missing my gosh darn navigator. So I'm
screwed up. Although they were paying something like, some flights were paying like $750 to change your flight. I'm not a flyer, I don't know how that works. I'm not afraid of flying, I'm just afraid of coming down with no parachute. Like if they issued everybody a parachute, I'd be okay, I'd fly anywhere. It's just that sudden stop that really gets me. And you know, people say, well, you know, you're more likely to die in an automobile accident. But that's true, that may be true, but that doesn't involve falling friggin' 40,000 feet to your death. Anyways, we're heading back to Redmond. So yesterday morning, we drove to Redmond, drove back. Now we're driving back to Redmond and continuing on to John Day. I would have dropped her off this morning here since we're passing through Redmond, but there's no break in Redmond, so there's no stopping. We're not stopping there. We're just continuing on. I'd have to kick her out. I'd have had to kick her out. Bye, honey. Bye. Anyways, now it's just you and me, so I'm really going to talk your ear off now. Oh boy. Welcome to day 10. Two more things I wanted to mention. One, yesterday morning, 2:30 a.m., the sprinklers popped where we were camped. We thought it was a darn rainstorm coming through because that's what it sounded like. Now these are the high pressure type of sprinklers that pop up and start going around. It was getting a little damp inside. Renee said, you know, we should make sure that our clothes and duffel bags in the Jeep are staying dry. I popped that door open, sure enough, the sprinkler was spraying right in the Jeep and in the trailer. I'm like, oh, come on, man. So I got up, fired the Jeep up, and moved it. I took the Yeti off the trailer and blocked one sprinkler. Took one of my 40s out of the back and blocked another sprinkler. Got back in the tent, laid down. And then the next section of sprinklers popped and started spraying. I'm like, come on, man. I'm getting irritated at this point, right? I get up, I only have one more 40 in the back of the trailer. And it's the smaller one. It just has papers and stuff in it that I don't want to get wet. Roger, thank you. Might tuck it in front of you because we're almost out of this lane. Yeah, so I get the little 40 out, cover the third sprinkler, and that sprinkler blows that sucker right over. So I take it up and I just cover the whole sprinkler head with it. Anyways, that's number one. Number two, did a little off-roading yesterday, but I didn't get too far out. Because the farther away from camp you get, the more likely it is you're going to break something. And then you're going to be screwed in the middle of the Ochoco National Forest, tinkering around in the pine cones. Try that again. I high-centered it on one stone. I was like, please don't be my oil pan. Please don't be my transmission pan. Please don't be my rear end. I looked under, I don't know what I hit. I don't know what it high-centered on, but just that one split second of not paying attention, high-centered a Jeep. So, yeah, you don't want to get too far out from camp. This guy's been flipping us off. sky tractors, but they're not yellow, they're red and white. Sent me a text message. She landed safely in Pittsburgh. So the precious cargo is back in PA.
Right turn on 4th after the left.
Okay, Main Street and then 4th. But yeah, she's back in PA and we're still flirting around out here in Oregon. Just the speed of air travel just really, it just baffles me. Okay, good morning.
And I'm on vacation, so it doesn't get any better. But what's up?
sight. Hole in the wall. Halt. Deb says stop.
Park right over here on the left-hand side of the street, in front of the tavern there.
Right in front of by Fred?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then we can park other stuff back here.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
We made her. Hey there, Jeep fans, Convoy crazies. Johnny and Rick Eads coming at you from Mitchell, Oregon with 2 O's. And the CO got pulled over on the way into town. Apparently we were going a little too slow for them. But in our defense, there was ample room for civilian traffic to pass the convoy. So we may have to adjust our driving style a little bit. Here comes Bernie, listen to that thing. And Trail is in town, so we're all in. Gonna see what there is here. It looks like Mitchell's halfway to being a ghost town, but we're gonna see what's going on here.
Johnny!
Hey, we made her.
We made her.
Yeah, boy.
Wave!
Jeep runs so good.
Yeah. Yes, everybody's got Jeeps that run good. I can't get one.
Hey there, Jeep fans, Flat Thunder fanatics, Convoy crazies, Willies, wackos, mutt maniacs, gamma goat goobers, and
whatever else Johnny says that I can't remember. Renee coming at you from home. It is about 2:10-ish, 2:15, and I finally made it home after a long layover in Phoenix, and then a little bit of a layover in Charlotte, and Pittsburgh, and then home. I've never been more excited to take a shower in my life.
A bus stop and a public restroom.
Copy that.
Now we're just going to sit here and wait for a go. We're staggering them out, 3 minutes between march units, so we can keep some of the civilian traffic moving, because they just won't pass us. And it's making the Oregon State Police rather upset.
Okay, march unit 3, move out when it's safe. Squad, it's clear. March unit 3, move out. Clear. Clear, be good.
That turn, buddy. You ain't coming back neither. Holy bokers. Look at that big rock sticking out.
White truck.
Wow.
Behind me. I'm sure he's going to try to
As
get
big as a
around here as
tree.
soon as he gets up passing lane. Passing
Smokes.
indicate. Recovery one. We'll keep an eye out, bud.
I can't believe how beautiful it is out here. Yeah, gonna have to get on the binders around this one a little bit. Oh, they're down there, Speedy Pants.
Civilian coming up on 4-5.
Holy crap. Look at that goonie that came down the mountain there. Wow. Well, you don't want to get beamed in the head by one of them goonies. Holy smokes, that'd be it. Guys, Johnny, Fred, and Deb Ryan here, coming at you from Dayville, Oregon with 2 O's. And we made her into town. We did a little parade around the school, the public school here. And I am hustling my little tush over here to the ice cream shop. Friggin' love ice cream. So yeah, nice little stop here. We're here for about 15 more minutes. And you know what? I'm just gonna walk right through the sprinkler. Oh yeah, that feels nice. Oof. Yeah, it's getting hot out. So ice cream's on the menu. Yep, let's go see what they got. Cute little store here.
Before you follow them.
pretty as the one back in Sisters, that's for sure. It's just your basic run-of-the-mill DG.
Ambulance is still in the second line there.
Starting the third line. Look at all them beautiful Jeeps back there. Hey there friends, Johnny here coming at you from the John Day freaking Grant County Fairgrounds, and we made her. Thanks to Advance. Driver's meeting in 15 minutes. Got my chair ready to go. Gonna get a nice cold beverage and not get run over by the growler. That a loud, noisy, beautiful looking little buggy. Man, I wish I had one of them. Well, we're here. Gonna get a nice cold water out of here or something. What do we got? What do we got? Cascade Ice. Too much caffeine in that sucker. What do we got? What do we got? Ice cold water.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And this is Dusty.
So this is a tradition that we've been doing for, well, since 2009. This is our 7th cross-country convoy, including one to Alaska and back. These license plates are all over the United States and then all the way up to Alaska and back. So that's how we honor them, honor our hosts. We also have another way of doing that, and this was the very first convoy when it left the Ellipse in Washington, D.C. for the Lincoln Highway. We were following the route of the U.S. Army that they did in 1919. They did their first transcontinental motorized vehicle convoy. And one of the generals that was there approached Terry Seswell and asked him to come up with another way of thanking our host cities. So this is it.
Thank you, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much for being here.
It's possible. We'll have the sprinklers go off. It'll help cool you down this afternoon. And then out behind the building, behind me, is the RV campsite. To back me up as, what are you again?
Hold out.
Chuck Boy. He hasn't worried about the initiation ceremony yet.
Ooh.
There's no hazing here, right?
There is.
John, give me 20, right? You just made the list. Privileged to do this. As we found, the people do not like us holding up traffic, so we got to adjust a little bit there on our spacing. Everything looks good. Lots of good communications. One keyword, try and keep it a little bit shorter. People passing up on the left, but you guys are doing great from what I can hear up there. Everybody's spreading out, and we're trying to get the traffic by us, so good job there. That's about all I got. Thank you, XO.
Not much on shopping. In fact, I rarely go to town. Except when shipping day comes, I ain't easily found. But the day came when I had to go, and I left the kids with Ma. But before I left, she said, "Would you mind picking me up a bra?" Well, without thinking, I said, "Sure, how tough could that job be?" I bent down to kiss her and said I'd be back by 3. Well, once I done the things I needed, I started to regret ever offered to pick up this thing. I was working up a sweat. I crossed the street to the ladies' shop with my hat pulled over my eyes. I wasn't taking any chances of being recognized. I walked right up to that sales clerk. I didn't hem or haw. I told that lady flat out, "Ma'am, I'm here to buy a bra." From behind, I heard some snickers, and I turned around to see at least 15 women in that store. And they're all gawking at me. told the lady, I'm here to buy a dog. So she said, what kind you be looking for? And I just scratched my head. I've only seen one kind before. I figured bras was bras, I said. Well, she gives me this disgusted look and then says, follow me. I heard her saying, like a dog, I tagged along. We went down this alley where bras was on display. I thought I'd go crazy when I saw all that lingerie. They had all these different kinds that I'd never seen before. I thought I'd lose my mind before I left that woman's store. They had bras that you wear for 18 hours, bras that cross your heart. They had bras that lift and separate. That was just the start. They had bras that you wear for 18 hours and bras that you train in when you're small. Well, I picked up black and lacy one. I told the lady, wrap it up. I figured I was done. Then she said, what size? Well, I know them measurements by heart. 6 7/8. 6 7/8? Well, sir, that really isn't right. Oh, yes, ma'am, I'm positive. I measured them just last night. I thought that lady'd have a stroke. I must have caught her by surprise when I told her that my wife's bust was the same as my hat size. You see, that's what I used to measure with. I figured that was fair. And that deserved another glare. Well, by now, a whole crowd had gathered. They were all cracking up. Lady asked to see the hat and measure for the cup. Well, I tipped my hat to say good day, and my wife had heard the whole thing before I ever made it home. She talked to 15 women that called her on the phone. Now, she's still laughing, but by now I don't care. Now, she don't shop, and I don't shop for she don't ask, and I don't shop for no ladies' underwear.
All right.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dan.
Now, I apologize. I bought a full sheriff's uniform, but he only gave me 5 minutes to put it on. So, you're going to have to wait till some other occasion. Now, my friend Peggy here has got a new pot for collecting the fines. This was donated by Sheriff Leon, and it's a magnificent steel thing of some sort. Well, it also doubles as a spittoon or a commode in the middle of the night. Or a object to put over the sprinkler head that's blowing in the night.
Oh, you never need that.
Anyway, the sheriff will now commence proceedings. Albert, we need you to come forward. Albert and Clackamas. After refueling, Albert drove the 6x6 trailer out of the no-exit straight, across the 4-lane road, over the concrete median.
In my defense, I couldn't get out there.
And through the car park of the cannabis store.
Been done.
So that's $1, right?
That's $10.
Oh.
88, could you come forward, please?
The curb was only done.
After you're done with it.
Now, as you're all aware, we have on some of the campgrounds and facilities we stay at, we only have portaloos, and the allowable time is 5 minutes. Peter was seen to go in and not come out for at least 35 minutes.
Ooh. How could you stand to stay in there that long?
John Varner,
Quick wet loss,
please?
Yeah.
What you do now, John?
I thought I had a
Now, it was reported to me that John Varner drove 50 miles to buy a cheap flashlight. And he's admitted fault and that it is true.
That's the real thing.
Just please see PG.
Did anybody pick up a set of chalks at the last rest area?
Can't hear you.
Chalks. Chalks! Anybody pick up some chalks at the last rest area?
Now, We'll just take a break while Tom gets more money. JT, can you come forward, please?
Uh-oh.
I witnessed this myself, so I don't need any backup or support, but you pulled up at the car park yesterday afternoon, didn't put your handbrake on, and your truck rolled at least 6 foot backwards.
Yes, it did.
6 inches, baby.
Johnny, you've got a little issue to be addressed.
Yeah.
Vocabulary a little while ago.
I have on video.
Yeah, and so now John Elwell is not the only person that ever gets pulled over, which is now the second time you've gotten pulled over.
I'm still ahead of you.
You are. As a very gracious officer that talked to us about our spacing. He's also active reserve officer and does convoys, and so he was very sympathetic and just asked us to open up our convoy a little bit more and put some space between the march units.
Well, he was state police.
And he was Oregon State Police, yeah. So I thanked him very much for talking to us, and he got in his truck and went to the donut shop. So very gracious, and we had a great conversation.
Over what had been an ocean more than 40 million years ago. The fossil beds that have been out to this side of us were part of that ocean before the Rocky Mountains and before the Cascades were formed. The Pacific plate came into the North American plate and slipped under the North American plate, pushing the North American plate upward. As it went upward, it buckled. So the mountains formed from the various volcanic activities that were out here. They covered the ocean floor and pushed eventually up and exposed these areas that had been under the water over 40 million years ago. The marine environment that these fossil beds represent have got basically shark and shark-eating reptiles that they're digging out from these beds. Can you imagine an animal so big it can eat a great white shark in one bite? The teeth on them are this long, and that's what they're digging out from the beds.
Yeah, we've had a couple flare-ups since the last storm last weekend.
I give one. I know, and then they start asking about my so that was